gotta do what we gotta do to get our job done.
Yeah, without going too crazy, though.
Hello. Really enjoy that intro. Like I've said before, gonna stick with that until I find something better, which I don't think is gonna happen. People that were here last time, the way it ended was a little different. Everything crashed on my end, so I guess I was sounding like a robot, and I had no way of knowing because the YouTube crashed. Apparently the OBS was going crazy, so I don't even know how long everything was going crazy. But I'm alive. I'm not a robot. I think we're gonna make fun of Seagal today. It's been a bit since we've made fun of Seagal, and that's not right. So first, we got to make sure, is the sound okay? Does everyone complain about the sound, the volume of the video, or me? Anyone? Usually that's what half the people do, is they complain. It's too loud and it's too quiet. Well, too bad. I'm gonna mess with the sound anyways. So I'm just gonna play with the sound, make sure it's all terrible. Then we can get started. All right. I don't know if people saw the Deadly Crossing video I did. I figure now's a good time to go over it while it's still fresh before I've purged the memories. So for people that don't know, it's supposed to be a TV show. They tried cutting 2 episodes and turn them into movies. They just call them movies. They make very little sense as movies, but they made no sense as TV shows, so it doesn't really matter. All right, let's get going.
We're not open yet.
So it starts out great. No, it starts out solid. That's a great way to start out. And by great, I mean it's not terrible like everything else Seagal does. That actually kind of made sense. Somebody went in and shot those store owners. Everything else that comes after is just awful. It makes no sense. We'll go. Well, you'll see. You'll see when you get there. Oh, yeah. I should have warned you first. The intro song, I'm not going to kill you guys with the whole thing, but just listen to it. Yeah, Seagal sings it. Seagal sings the intro song. So if you want to torture yourself, you can look that up. I would not recommend it. But, if you hate yourself, go for it. Go for it. Oh, man. And we're already into the insane makes no sense. Oh.
Are you officers?
Yeah.
This place is hard to find. I'm the new item. I thought I'd stop by.
First, she calls herself an item. I don't know how many people refer to themselves as items. Seagal did write this by himself. So everybody talks like it's Seagal talking. Oh, thank you, Socks, for joining. You're a member, so you're better than the non-members. That's how things work. Yeah, she called herself the new item. So, like I said, Seagal wrote this. All the dialogue is as if he's talking. He cannot write dialogue from another person. It just does not work for him. So she's the new item, and then he has a very genius question for her.
Introduce myself.
Wearing uniform, right?
Yeah.
You're wearing a uniform, right? Is it green? Does it have a crooked name tag on it? Does it have a Why is he asking? Why would you ask that?
Do me a favor, go home, get into some civvies, come on back.
Tells her to go home, change, and come back. This presents the first major problem with this, and we are like, I don't know, a minute in, maybe a minute. Most of that was the terrible intro song. She disappears, and nobody looks for her. She disappears. She disappears for multiple days.
All right, guys, let's get ready to hit it.
So they go out. It's now nighttime. If you didn't notice, when she came in, it was daytime. So they are working very long shifts, and they say, let's go out. Then they wait for the sun to go down while they're, I don't know, waiting in their cars in the parking garage is my guess. Okay, cool. They're at a nightclub. They're doing some sort of undercover operation at a nightclub. Okay. Seagal's not being suspicious, is he? Nope, doesn't look suspicious at all. Just sitting there staring straight at the guy he's looking at, that guy. Just staring at him from his car. Very, very low-key. Seagal's a master at this.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, see, oh yeah, he's got no idea.
Yeah.
So that apparently is the signal to arrest the guy. They have no idea what he's doing. They have no idea what the signal is, but apparently the guy does.
That's the signal. Cops.
They know they're signaling the cops. They have no idea. They don't explain how he knows.
Arrest.
So anyways, so he takes off. They weren't prepared for that. They didn't figure, hey, what if he runs? Oh, I don't know. Let's get caught up in people. Drops his key. Seagal. Watch this kick. Watch this kick. He's turning around. His back is facing the door. His back is facing the door. Why is his back facing the door? Obviously, look at this kick. Obviously, his back's facing the door. That's how his body bends. Okay. Apparently, that's how Seagal kicks. Cool. Well, they're questioning this guy. Oh, man, what are they going to do while questioning this guy?
They got an ugly double homicide out by the internment campsite.
Well, look, put this white boy back in the bucket and
Oh, yeah. He calls him a white boy back in the bucket. He's going to meet him out there. He's going to meet him out there.
catch up with y'all.
They just now found the bodies. It's nighttime. He killed him. I'm just going to go with Seagal killed him. Seagal killed him earlier that morning. So they've been dead for, I don't know, 12, 14 hours. Somebody just came into the store. That store is not going to last very long with this kind of business. Oh, thank you, Edegorn. Hi, love your videos. That's how I read the super chats. So yeah. Okay, 14 hours later, somebody finds the bodies.
Kane.
I just got a radio call. There's a double, triple two over at
Then he got it on the radio. The guy called, and then he walked in. What do you mean he just got it on the radio? And why is he driving with his lights and sirens on? This happened, it's daytime, as you can see. This happened 24 hours ago. Maybe if he gets there fast, he can fix it. Yeah, he's just... Unclear if it was radio, if the guy told him, if somebody called, but apparently all of them happened, and he has to get out there right now.
General store. I'm heading out there right now.
Good job,
Do your
Seagal.
CI thing, man. You could probably get a lot better stuff than I can.
Oh, yeah, that guy's the CI. For people that don't know what CI is, that's a confidential informant. But he's basically just a not paid employee. Seagal has no idea what the CI is or what they do. But he just has this guy go around, question people, basically be a detective, but not get paid for it. He uses them a lot. And even the confidential part, everyone knows he works for them, so it's not confidential.
So we got tire tracks over here.
Matches the mud inside.
Okay, there's mud outside. Apparently that's the same mud that's inside. Why does this matter? To Seagal, this is a big deal. Oh, Han and Klaus, you could have gotten me to say something, but you didn't. I'll like it, though. Thanks, Han Klaus. Yeah, I don't know. This is a big deal. This apparently cracks the case. You can tell it means a lot to him. Oh, yes. Seagal's love interest.
What are you doing in there?
Remember, she's been in there for 24 hours. She has just been sitting there in the bush for 24 hours, and she's still crying. She should be all cried out by now. My God.
Give me a Mandarin translator right now.
How does he know she only speaks Mandarin? What? All she's done is cry. I mean, okay, she looks Chinese, sure. The parents spoke English. Why would she not speak English? Usually the parents speak better than the adults. But okay, translate that crying for him. Now him and his CI, they're done with that. Screw that place. They got better things to do. Yeah, him and the CI. Oh, it's nighttime though. Wherever they're going, it's nighttime. There's like, let's show up at this trailer park. This presents one of the craziest inconsistencies in this movie. So it is nighttime, so they are working they started in the day, then it went to night, then it's day, now it's back to night. They're in like 36 hour of their shift. Oh, thank you, Mr. Space Chief 2000. You're awesome. The people who aren't members are not awesome. He just wanted to beat people up. Yeah, he just attacks these people. They haven't done anything. He just wanted an excuse to beat people up. Of course, there's a rattlesnake in his car. Okay. So fuck you guys. He just throws it at them and drives. This all makes sense for Seagal. Oh, no, it's daytime again. So now it's been 2 full days. We are now at 48 hours.
Anyone know any of these players?
So I guess they're going over some stuff. Does anyone know any of these people?
Him before.
was talking over, so we'll see that again.
Anyone know any of these players?
That white boy in the red shirt, I seen him before.
You mean the only one on the picture? I feel like you could have just said, yeah, I know him. You don't have to say, yeah, that white boy in the red shirt. There is one person in that picture. You could have just said, yeah. But like I said, Seagal writes for Seagal. So everyone calls everyone white boy, right? That's just how people talk. But yeah, the only guy there. Come on. You want to?
I met him.
Yeah, you know him, Chief?
Yeah, I met him last night.
He knows who he is. He said, yeah, I met him last night. Why are they asking about this guy if Seagal met him last night and Seagal knows him? She had to tell him, hey, Seagal, you know him. You met him last night in that scene that made no sense. That scene just ruins everything timeline-wise. Why did they go out there? Why did that take all night? How did you see him? And how did she say, you know him? Yeah, I met him last night. Then why were you asking who he is? It gets better.
Damian means peeping Tom, so that might could tell you something.
Not only did he throw a "my could" in there, but yeah, he seems to know what peeping Tom is in pretty much all languages. That's one of those universal things Seagal knows about.
All the action seems to center around these clubs.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's gonna be strip clubs. A lot of strip clubs. A lot of things happen in these strip clubs. The strip clubs is what this is all about.
That's good with me. It's always easier to talk to the girls when there's two guys.
I don't know what that means, but I think this guy knows all about the implication. That's what I'm getting from this. Oh, wow. Kyle St. Pierre seems to like this. I get this every time, but whatever. What comes next is the most vicious beating Nicolas Cage has given a 7-foot-tall singing weasel with a bag full of energy drinks in at least the last 5 years. Thank you, Kyle St. Pierre. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
This is Sarah. She's from the East Precinct.
Oh, she's back. Okay, 2 days. Yeah, nobody wonders where she was. 2 days later. If they didn't have that night scene where they went out there and beat all those guys up, things would make sense. But nope, they had to throw it in there. So now she's been missing for 2 days. Cool.
Seems real different without the uniform on.
Yeah? Well, it's just as dangerous. You should keep that in mind next time you choose your outfit.
What's that mean?
Look, this job is hard enough for us. Why add to the problem by...
Right, okay.
She's dressed fine. She's acts like she's dressed like a total whore. She's just normally. What are you talking about? I hate this lady. I hate that one with brown hair. Juliet, I think, is her name. Mega blockbuster hit movie. Thank you, Socks with a 0. Yeah, but apparently she thinks she's dressed like a total whore for some reason, and it seems like she's just dressed normally. Cool. Whatever.
You'll get the cases the rest of us don't want.
Okay, bitch.
Like what, the gang banging stuff?
We don't waste time on little poo butts like that.
Poo butts? On little poo butts like that? Who talks like that? We don't waste time on little poo butts like that. Really, Seagal? Was Seagal smashing his little hands on the typewriter? Thinking, oh yeah, this little poo butts. That's how cops talk, right? They call things poo butts.
We don't waste time with small crap.
Yeah, yes, you do. We've seen you do it. You're doing it. What about the guy in front of the club? That was pretty small. That was just a guy selling drugs. What do you mean you don't mess with small crap? Gangbangers do murders. You don't mess with those, but you'll mess with low-level drug guys? Okay, idiot. Oh, we're at this strip club. Things get really stupid here, right? I'm going to say that a lot. Things get really stupid. So they're here for some reason, but that doesn't really matter. The only thing I want to show you here is his ID. God.
Don't make it my business.
You're supposed to take that seriously. He's supposed to be looking all cool. They took a picture, and it's like they took a pen or a marker and just colored it in. It's like he's black, so that's him. How are you supposed to... Okay, yeah, you take someone seriously when they show you an ID like that. If you had to choose, what new culture would you like to see Steven Seagal appropriate? Ooh, that's kind of a good one. Polar bear. I'd like to see him integrate with polar bear culture. Thank you for the question, Daniel Thacker. I think he'd make a great polar bear. It kind of is. It literally is blackface. I think he's allowed to do it. But yeah, we should try and cancel that guy. If anyone could find out who he is, we should cancel him. Oh, yeah, this guy. So, if for people who are Seagal aficionados like myself, you might remember this guy from Black Dawn. He was the security guard who just magically noticed, hey, you're not a doctor, and just attacked Seagal. He was also in, Kill Switch? Just some random guy in Kill Switch. He was in Force of Execution. He's in a lot of Seagal movies. He's not a body double. He's just in them. I'm pretty sure he's one of those cheap people you get over in Romania or something. But he has a lot of the same actors he recycles through his movies. And this guy's been in a lot of them. We'll see. Let's see what his role is here.
So you really a cop, man?
Yeah, I'm really a cop.
Remember, they're undercover. Nobody's supposed to know that they're cops. He's just like, yeah, I'm a cop. Just telling everybody at the place they're supposed to be doing an undercover operation that, yeah, I'm a cop. Yeah. Okay, well, you're terrible at your job.
So you really don't think I can make it as a cop?
No, I don't.
So he nails it. He nails him and then bails. He works there. Where's he going? Is he quitting? Like, he just hits him just to... Okay. You gonna come back? You gonna finish your shift? Okay, they know where you work, man. Afterwards, this was just too much for me to include in the video. He does chase him down and beat his ass. See, he pulls out a sap because apparently a sap is a weapon people still use, according to Seagal, because Seagal's from the 1920s, where the sap was something you would use on the mental health patients. He pulls out a sap. This is sort of, but not really trying to go somewhere. Yeah, so he beats his ass. Yeah, you see the sap, perfectly normal. He gets him off. Okay, everything's going fine. Everything's going fine. We'll come back to that, and we'll find out why that's the dumbest thing ever.
Jeez, relax, kid.
Yeah, so that's who actually killed the Asian couple, the Chinese people at the store. Just happens to walk by. Just happens to be a cop who just happens to be walking by right then. Sure, why not? So yeah, she's freaking out, and she's a very terrible cop. And I'm talking about the Juliet, not her. She's bad too, but she's worse. She's a lot worse.
Sorry. Okay, so can she describe this woman in detail?
First, all right, Tupac. In a world where Van Damme is still dancing in Thailand and Seagal is, yeah. This is the Cheeto line. I was proud of that Cheeto line. People that remember it, I thought that was quite funny. I am proud of myself. Every now and then, I'd like to give myself a pat on the back for saying something funny. And Seagal smelling like Cheetos, if Cheetos could die, I would just like to say I'm great. But this is her explanation.
In detail?
She said she saw the woman here.
So she means that the person who shot her father had the same pale blue eyes as the female officer she saw in the hallway.
What? Where did you get that? Where did you get it had the same pale blue eyes you saw the... No, she said she saw the person. She just made this whole thing up about, oh, she had the same eyes as the lady you saw. No, where did you get that? You made that up. You are a terrible cop. Oh, it gets worse.
She says the one in the hallway was the killer.
No, she's upset.
You are so bad at your job. She's telling you literally where the killer is, and she's a witness. You're like, anything but that. My God. Yeah, sorry, Frank the Dachshund. It happens.
She's a smart girl, detective.
Is she? Is she a smart girl? She was sitting in the bushes for 24 full hours. Didn't call anybody, just hiding in the bushes. And Seagal found her. A predator found her. I don't think she's that smart.
She says the person she pointed out to you is the suspect.
Wait, so what you're saying is, that it's not that lady. All right, well, they don't got any leads, so they don't know what to do now. I guess the case is just gonna go cold. Idiot. God, you're stupid.
Hey, I'm running that force.
Okay, so this is where that whole thing was going. Sort of. Pretending like it's going.
I'm running that force report by Kane this morning.
Ran about a patrol sergeant last night. Had no choice. You made hamburger out of that kid's face.
Yeah, but he bought it, right?
So the force report, meaning since you beat somebody up, you have to do a report over it. We saw him pull the sap. We saw everything that happened. He was perfectly good doing what he did. And he asks him, he bought it, right? As if he's lying about the whole thing. They try to do this thing where this guy's like, oh, is he corrupt? He seems like he's corrupt. But he's not corrupt. He just talks like an idiot, like he's corrupt. Did he buy it? What the hell are you talking about? Did he buy it? It's what happened. Why wouldn't he buy it? Don't worry, though. Trying to think. It comes up maybe one more time, I think, talking with him. And then it's never mentioned again. They just drop the whole thing. It's like, oh, yeah, he's good. Now he's good to go. So they had dropped this teaser like, oh, is he corrupt? Is he not? Then they're like, yeah, we're just going to forget about it. It's not going to exist anymore. We're just going to forget this whole storyline that we're setting up.
Yeah. He bought it.
He's all pissed. Dude, he got attacked.
I'm almost done with the force report.
So what's the story, man? Did he act right or what?
Got hit right in the first.
Okay, Seagal beats up like, he murders like 10 people a shift. And he's like, oh, man, he got attacked. Which everyone saw him get punched in the face. Like, why would they think he's making it up? And Seagal's like, oh, man, he's a loose cannon out there. Fuck you, Seagal. You kill so many people. He's going to kill so many people in this.
Then tried to beat him with a sap.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Yeah, he's like a sap. Nobody has a sap. Who carries a sap? For people that don't know, a sap is just like a little piece of leather. It's got like a lead ball in it. So it will mess you up. Nobody really carries them anymore. You only see them in the old movies. They're like chasing the people in the straitjackets around, trying to bash them in the head with it. But yeah, that can kill you easily. It's a lead ball.
Yeah. You beat him because he had a sap.
No, he beat him because he attacked him. Remember? He attacked him. Do you remember that part?
That's right.
Then he threw the box at him. He did a lot of things to this guy. It wasn't just the sap. The sap was a big part of it, though. But yeah, the sap was not that important. He didn't shoot the guy. If he shot the guy, the sap would be important. But no, he just beat up the guy who attacked him.
That's right. Exactly like the sap I saw on your desk the other day.
Yeah, he has a sap in his desk. Because that's not stupid. But he does. He does have a sap in his desk. They showed that earlier, and it was very obvious it was going to come up again because Seagal's a shit rider, and you can't do anything subtle. But yeah, he had the exact same type of sap. So that's why this guy's suspicious. But we all saw the guy pull the sap out. Yeah, Bob Sapp. You got it, Timothy. Good job. I think they're illegal most places.
Is that what this is about?
It's not about what I think.
Yes, it is about what you think. What do you mean it's not about what you think? What are you talking about? Yes, it is. Idiot.
It's about you holding your mud, Radner. We're all on the same team.
You think I planted that thing?
You're not hearing me.
What are you saying then? If you don't think he planted it, then what the hell are you talking about? What you're saying makes no sense unless you're accusing him of lying about planting that. Which, I mean, you could check his desk. Is it in the desk right now? And you don't find this out until the next movie because it's a TV show, I guess. And they didn't think about this when they're turning it into movies. They never arrested that guy. So the guy that attacked him and pulled a sap on him and he beat the shit out of and they had to do a force report on. Yeah, they didn't arrest him. Because in the next episode they walk by, he said, I should have arrested you that time. No, apparently you can just do that and not arrest him. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, he didn't get arrested for that. Oh, strip club time. We're back at this strip club. We go to strip clubs a lot in these. The next episode I'm on, because apparently I didn't realize the whole season thing. I figured it was going to take like 3 or 4 episodes to get enough content for a video, and I quickly found that was wrong. So yeah, that's why it's the Seagal September of Stupid Syphilis or something like that. Whatever I came up with, it was good stuff. But yeah, the next episode, the entire thing is pretty much at the strip club. I'm guessing all the episodes are going to be like that because it's Seagal. So the guy, remember him? Yeah. Goes in. He gets shot. Who does he get shot by? He gets shot by the Russians. All right, follow me if you can. Follow me if you can. He was there to give that bag to the Russians. But then the Russians took the bag that he was just going to give them and then shoots them. He was just going to give it, but hey, when you can shoot somebody in front of a crowded building in a public area in the daytime, you just got to do that, right? You just got to do that. So yeah, he shoots him for no reason. He was giving it to him anyways. But this gives Seagal a chance to Seagal must think that is so cool. If it was somebody else who doesn't do the sit-down shooting literally every chance they get, it might be cool, but no, it's just lazy. It is just lazy. Oh, God, Seagal, you're so lazy. So apparently, eventually, they're like, you know what? Maybe that little girl who saw her family, maybe there's surveillance video. I don't know, maybe she did kill her. So yeah, she did. Yeah, she killed her.
All right. You want to talk?
I just want to see you fry.
No, I brought you in here just to tell you I want to see you fry. That sounds like something Seagal would do. No, I'm just sadistic. I just want to tell you you're going to die, and I want to watch it.
Kane here.
He's driving with his lights and sirens on again for no reason. He's just driving around. He's not going to anything. He's not going anywhere. He's just driving around with his lights and sirens on. Apparently she wants to give up the Russians because the Russians have something to do with her murdering Chinese people. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, she's in a safe house. I don't know why she's in a safe house. They don't really explain that. She should be going to one, but apparently she's leaving one. And let's see if you can find this. Well, there wasn't any traffic there. So there was nobody on the road. He's all by himself with his lights and sirens on. So that doesn't really work. Okay, here we go. See if you can find out where this sniper is. Where's the sniper? Can anyone find the sniper? He's in a very, very well-hidden location. No, mister, you're an idiot. Go watch the movie. It's on YouTube. Moron. Yeah, that's what he does. He just shoots at it. He doesn't go after it. Just... Why is he there? No idea. But he's in the middle of the street in his car, so he could just shoot it. Yeah, trust me, I know. We don't have time to go back to it, El Hombro. But, Hombre. But yeah, trust me, there was a sniper there. It's on YouTube, if you want to look it up. If you do look it up on YouTube, a human never actually watches these, so it has to be done by AI. Anytime there is a woman that shows any cleavage, it is all blurred out. It's all blurred out like she's topless. There's a lot of times they're just out in the middle of the day, like talking to someone, and their chest is all blurred out, and it looks like she's out there interviewing suspects topless. And it's like, what the hell is happening? But no, it's just terrible AI. Okay, mister, you're just kind of annoying. So, there we go. Oh. So yeah, he just shoots at the car and lets it go. He doesn't really care. But she's dead. That ties up a loose end, at least. That's the end of episode 1. I'm guessing, because they don't split up. It just paints the black.
I'm fine.
Watch. Okay. This is episode 2, and it starts out as stupidly as possible. Michael Grace, over-under on the amount of time Seagal spends sitting on his ass on this one. Trying to think of when he's actually standing. I'm going to go 80% of his screen time he's sitting. No, Nate. He just shot at the trunk with his handgun, with his .45. That's how you take out a gun, right? You shoot the trunk? Okay. So anyways, this is the beginning of the second one. You only know that if you are paying attention, I guess. But watch. God, this is so stupid. So yeah, she's at a stop sign. And she pulls up and stops. Like she's waiting for the stop sign to turn green. You think she's at a light, right? No, she just parks at the stop sign. And then gets carjacked. Good. And then Seagal. Because Seagal just happens to always be there. Why is he there? I don't know. He's fucking there. That's just what he does. He's just there. So yeah, he's there. He carjacks the carjacker, gives him a piece of his own medicine. But we did... Oh, 48 hours earlier. Now we got to find out what that was about by going back 2 days. Oh, my God. Not that we care, but these are the people. Remember he went out to the place at nighttime with the trailer park and just attacked all those people for no reason? Well, now they're all dead. Okay, I don't really care. Nobody really cares. We saw him once. We saw them once. And this is the CI who's always gets to the scene before him. What is he doing with those binoculars? Oh my God, you are so terrible.
What's up, boss?
I've seen atrocities and just terrible things all around the world.
Yeah, so she just realizes he called her over so he could do that thing where he talks about how awesome he is and how he's been to so many places and he's got so many dark things in his past. You know, the thing he does in every single movie, but then never gets into it. Like, I've done some terrible things. But nobody ever asks him, can you name one? Nah, I can't name one. Nah, just move on. Yeah. Oh. So, this is probably 50 minutes into the movie. 50 minutes into the movie. And we finally get who apparently is the villain. Obviously, because it's the second episode. And they're just lazy. They just started one right after the other. They don't try and change things up, make it make sense. No. So this is the villain, I guess, the whole time.
Yes, it was necessary. Sometimes blood must be spilled.
And yes, he is the guy in Shawshank Redemption. How you go from Shawshank Redemption to this? Lot of terrible choices. And yes, his Russian accent is way too overboard. There's no way he knows anything about Russian. He probably picked up the accent a day before this and just said, just go with it. Who cares? It's a Seagal movie.
Look on news tonight. You will see that it will say robbery gone bad.
He's talking about the grocery store. No, they've already solved the grocery store. It was that lady cop who did it for the Russian mafia. They already know this. When does this take place? It's like even the show doesn't know what episodes take place when. Oh my God. It was robbery. They know this. This is robbery. Everybody know. No, they never thought it was robbery. At no point did they think it was a robbery. But here's this lady who's just here to make you think that Seagal's hot and all the chicks want Seagal.
Hello, Elijah.
Yeah, that's it. And then we can find out, oh yeah, all the chicks want Seagal.
She looks like trouble. Check her out.
That the scent of jealousy I'm detecting?
Yeah, she's totally jealous. That's it. All the chicks want Seagal. They're all jealous that this one chick's here. And then she says something that only Seagal must believe. This is just a little peek into Seagal's brain. We get a tiny peek.
Sarah, you smell that?
Yeah.
Smell of a little boy jealous of his daddy.
Okay, little boys aren't jealous of their daddy. I don't know if any men here have fathers. Yeah, they're not jealous of their father. They look up to their father. Their father's supposed to be their hero. If they're jealous of their father, that means you're fucked up. Which I would believe Seagal. I would believe he was jealous of his father. I don't know. Any guys want to either say I'm right or wrong? Are you guys jealous of your father when you're a little kid? Anyone? Any guys really jealous of their daddy? Or is your daddy your hero? Because for someone to believe this is a thing, you have to be all messed up. Okay, well. Okay. Okay, some of you hate your dad. Okay, you can hate your dad, but you weren't jealous. Okay. Some Oedipus thing that I don't even want to get into. Okay. This is the sheriff. This is the head guy. This is the guy that runs the department. I just have to show you this to show you something later.
Look, I need this thing stopped, Kane. When I say stopped, I mean all of it.
So it makes sense. He wants to get the whole Russian thing stopped. Do anything you can, get it stopped, okay? Which is immediately contradicted by this.
Ronan?
Yeah. The rest of the guys are out doing tow truck storage inspections.
Okay, so what they're basically saying here is this is some like low level, they do like car thefts. This is like detectives that do car thefts. That's what they do. That's what I'm assuming he's going with here. Then it takes a couple stupid detours into even stupider.
Hey, what are you packing?
Glock 40.
Really? Can I see?
They just authorized us to carry them. Depends what you like. Some of the older guys, they prefer the 9mm.
Yeah, you like that better?
Holds more rounds in the clip. I like to have firepower on hand.
Okay. Couple things there that's going to annoy me. Normal people, if they don't know anything about guns, if they call a magazine a clip, that doesn't bother me. I don't care about that. When people who are supposed to know, which is the thing that bothers me in movies and TV shows, They'll be like an armorer or something that like, oh yeah, I create guns. Hand me that clip. Yeah, he should know because he's talking about his gun. Glock 40, for people that don't know, is a 10 millimeter. To say that it holds more in the clip than a 9 millimeter is the dumbest thing possible. No, it holds less. If they have the same size magazine, that holds less because it is smaller. Or the 9 millimeter bullets are smaller. So, I don't know why they decided to throw that in there, just to be stupid. All right, we'll keep going. That wasn't really the point. It's weird that they decided to throw that in there because he's supposed to know about guns because he's a cop, and Seagal pretends to be a cop and pretends like he knows about guns. So, if you're just a layman and you say clip, then people that get mad at you are annoying. But if you're supposed to know, then you should know.
What do you need to know?
Got any idea who's behind it?
I hang out at a club on 3rd Street.
Got a name?
Well, I don't think that's meant for public consumption.
Do we look like the public?
Well, of course not, but I can't give you guys that information.
So the people that do the car thefts are also the people that do the mass murderers. The mass murder over at the trailer park. The Russian mafia. Apparently, he's not allowed to give information to the people who are investigating the mass murder. He could get in trouble, even though the sheriff, the top person there, wants the murder thing stopped at all costs. Oh, he might get in trouble if he gives any information to, you know, the other cops. I mean, there's no reason they're going to give information to the other police. It makes no goddamn sense. Cave gentlemen, God bless you for knowing details about the 10 millimeter Glock 40. You're very welcome. But yeah, why can't he tell them? Why can't he help them with their investigation? That's way more important than the nonsense he's doing. Can't tell you what club that the murderers are hanging out at. You might solve a murder. Fucking idiot. But this is just how little Seagal understands. Seagal thinks this could be possible. Let me do that. So, whatever. They're going undercover now at the club. God. Oh, man. So they're undercover at the club, which makes sense.
Please. Champagne. It's my pleasure, ladies.
So he's talking to them. Oh, wow. Samuel Weatherington. Could you say this in your announcer voice? Samuel Weatherington's Rampage, the mega blockbuster movie where Sam Weatherington told the world what to do when there's no more chicken wings to eat. So do I have to watch the movie to find that out, or are you going to tell us, Sam? People want to know. Yeah, so they're undercover here. He comes up and talks to him, and then he gets suspicious.
Okay. I'm guessing that you two are cops.
Oh, not only that, but he tells him how he knows. This genius information of how he knows.
Your plates on your car expire in December. Police are run by governments. Bean counters always looking for ways to save buck. They don't register undercover cars till end of year, so they don't have to pay license fee.
Okay, can anybody explain how that makes sense? So the license plate expire in December, and they're trying to save money so they don't register it until December, because then you don't pay? Aren't you just paying it, but in December? How is that any different? You're just paying it a different month. That does not save buck. That does not save even single buck. Secondly, know what else is run by the government? The DMV is run by the government. So no, the government doesn't have to pay themselves when you register vehicles. Government vehicles are exempt. They don't have to be registered. So none of that makes any sense in two separate ways. It's very impressive that he's able to have it be complete bullshit in multiple different ways. But okay, great. So anyways, they're busted. Now remember, they didn't do anything to him. They just came down. They just came and sat down, and he came up to them. So yeah, maybe they're cops and they're just at the club because they haven't done anything. They're just hanging out at the club. Why'd you come up to them to accuse them of cops? Like, okay. They didn't come up to you and like try and get details about illegal things. You just came up and yelled at them that they're cops. But whatever. Now they got to go to plan B because, okay, because whatever, everything's stupid. So we just go to plan B. Oh man, plan B's a good one. Plan B's a good one. So they're just gonna just have the women just drive around. Just drive around until somebody carjacks you. That's their plan. That's their plan B. Don't worry. We'll have that one lady follow the other lady, but she loses her somehow. I mean, she stops at stop signs like they're stoplights. But yeah, she loses her. I don't know how that makes sense, but she does. That's how we get back to now, where she's stopping, waiting for the stop sign to turn green.
But they wanted 2 cars to make the pickup.
So this is the guy that Seagal beat up, because now we're back in the present, I guess, because this was 2 days before. I don't know why they decided to tell the story that way, especially midway through the movie. That's a great way to be halfway through a movie than to just go backwards 2 days. Okay, but this is the guy. He's explaining the plan, and the plan is just as smart as everything else.
But they wanted 2 cars to make the pickup.
But since we took you down, there's only going to be one, so he knows you're burned.
No, he's a crafty Russian. There's 5 of us out looking for cars. First 2 back in get paid.
I'll get to that after I read Samuel Weatherington. You just make your own form of chicken. Oh man, now nobody has to see your movie, dude. Why would you give that up? I left it there as a teaser. Okay, so they send out 5 cars, or 5 people that carjack the cars, and the first 2 back get paid. So he thinks that makes him a genius, except now there's 5 people. 5 people now know all about the plan, and if one of them gets caught, we'll give you up to the police, and that will end your entire thing. So that's him being a smart Russian. You might ask, hey, why not just not carjack a car? Why not just get your own car, rent a car, do anything else but a fake plate on? No, just have people carjack and the first 2 back. They get the money. Everyone else hates you. Cool. Very, very smart. Super smart. Seagal's a great writer. So, whatever. Now they're going to go do their amazing plan. Yeah, so there's 5 of them, I believe. They don't have anyone else to help them. Why would they have other people help them? They're just going to go against the entire Russian mafia by themselves. And how are they going to do it? How covert are they going to be? Yeah, let's just park right here, right in front of the door. And we'll just scope them out from here. They'll never figure out what we're doing. Look, just admit Under Siege was an awesome movie. Is that Tommy Lee Jones movie? Is that the one you're talking about? I think Tommy Lee Jones is pretty good. Gary Busey's pretty good. I agree. I think the Erica, whatever her name is, solid in that movie. But yeah, this is them being undercover covert. They'll never figure out what they're doing. Yeah, I don't know why he took off in the siren. I don't know why. Now they have to get in position real quick. Dick, why'd you take off in the siren if they ain't see you anyways? All right, so people that know about military tactics, you know this is called the fun funnel, right? The funnel of fun. The little doorway, you just want to hang out in front of it as long as possible in the fun funnel. So yeah, he just kind of chills there for a little bit. Then eventually goes in. Then the rest go through the funnel of fun. I don't know how they don't get hit. Everyone on the Russian side are just unloading on that doorway. None of them seem to get hit. You could do a wicked Vincent Gallo impersonation. You from Buffalo. Vincent Gallo. Is that from My Cousin Vinny? Vincent Gallo, the lawyer? I think it was, yeah, he was dead, right? I'm not from Buffalo, but I'm just going to assume that's what you're going for. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we get more sit-down shooting. We get more sit-down shooting. No, it is not the fatal funnel. It's the funny funnel. Trust me. That's what it is. Yeah, more sit-down shooting. Now he's chasing. This is the I am very Russian. Trust me, I am the most Russian ever to be Russian guy who's wearing this nice brown uniform. Looks a lot younger. Nice brown suit he's running in. Nice brown suit. Yep, it's definitely brown. Maybe like a really light reddish brown. Definitely not black or dark gray. Now it is. Look at it. It's black or dark gray. That's definitely the same guy. I mean, he's not Seagal. I'm sure he could just run a little bit. This just kills me. Look at his vest. My God, it goes down to like his knees almost. Usually they just cover the chest, but his go down to his knees. And he thinks that's normal. I don't know if it's to cover his gut. Maybe if he wears like an actual one, it just makes his gut look worse. So he's like, no, mine needs to go down lower. But yeah, this is what he looks like. And just his shooting. Watch how he shoots. It looks so terrible. It's just gun is bouncing around the entire time as he's pulling the trigger, as he's just walking along. And he does this shooting. Oh, I love this shooting. Look, he's not looking where he's shooting. He's running in one direction, shooting another, not looking either. He's just running and shooting in random direction. That's Seagal. Yeah, he beats him up. It's the same way he does always. Everyone gets too close. I forgot why I put this in here. I'm sure we'll learn.
Got something good for me?
That gun Nikolai pulled on you was tested down at ballistics.
I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, so the gun tested positive, so they can arrest him. You know, he also tried to kill a whole bunch of cops, had a whole bunch of drugs on him. So yeah, lots of attempted murders, lots of charges. He should never get out of prison. But hey, that gun matches something else, so that's good. I don't know why we care, but yeah, cool. Awesome work, dude. If you're gonna get 0 plus, Brown is the right call. I think you can say shot, right? If you're gonna get shot, Brown is the right call. Yeah, okay. So yeah, apparently they can arrest him for this one thing and not the 100 other things that's even more severe that they actually witnessed.
Got a match in the Camp Harmony massacre.
Whatever, nobody cares.
You try and stop me. Do you really think that you're gonna get away with that?
So she's just so into Seagal, she's gonna attack police just to get a piece of that Seagal ass. But you know, he'd love to, but he's got this other chick who's just like, why is she dressed like that? She's like, it's daytime. It likes like early daytime. But okay, apparently you're going out to, it's Seagal, so they're going out for their 2 p.m. dinner. Makes sense. I'll actually buy that. And I'm not going to show the actual kissing because I don't want to get banned from YouTube, and I don't want to get arrested. I think that's arrestable. But yeah, he tries to make people watch him make out with her. And it's terrible. So I was worried that this was going to take multiple episodes to fill a video, and I was very wrong. Very wrong. I had to cut some things out. You know she's paid, Tinkertown. She's not actually into Seagal. All right, now me and Rob are back. All right, now I can get to the questions. Because I always like to answer you guys' questions because, as I've said before, you guys are a mess. You guys are just such a mess. Like, my God, you guys are bad. All right. So the way I do it, I start with the Patreon and the YouTube membership ones because they're more important, like I say all the time. Then I get to the peasants and the plebeians later. And as always, you guys can just send me movie names as questions. It doesn't actually bother me, but I don't read them because they're not really questions. And it gets to the point where I'm just reading off names and saying yes or no. And that's not great content for people. It's not very entertaining. So feel free to do it, but I'm not going to read it on the streams. Idiotic 45. Seagal is the woman magnet. That's one way to look at it, sir. I don't agree with you, though. All right. First one from Nick Burnett. If you were an ER doctor on duty when a bus crashes full of Rob Schneider, Neil Breen, and Rob Schneider, who would you save first, and what surgery would you order? Probably one of the Rob Schneiders. As you can see, we're kind of friends now, me and Rob, you know. He's been hanging out, dresses professionally, doesn't wear that pink shit he did last time. So yeah, I'd say Rob. We're working on it. Surgery. Breast augmentation, why not? Grab America by the pussy. You're silly. I think it's more like gravity. I think Seagal has his own gravity. I think you're right. Steve B. Do you find it challenging to balance doing the videos you want to do and doing the videos you feel you're expected to do? Or do the two line up? So, wow, an actual question. That seems like it's an actual, like, not jokey, like, legitimate question. We don't get many of those. I don't have a lot of videos where I do because I feel like I am expected to. What I do sometimes is I'll commit myself to a video, then regret it. Like I'm regretting the Steven Seagal's stupid September of syphilis or whatever I call this. Because, man, I need a break from Seagal, but I'm already halfway through the next video. So I'm going to power through. I didn't realize how much this season was going to be. Usually I can do a season of TV in two videos. This is going to be a video for every episode. So we'll see. It's until I get it done. I was going to do the season 2 of Rings of Power. I don't like how they're releasing them. I wanted to have like a break between them and then be able to put them together. But they like released 3 videos on the first week. So it's like already halfway through the stupid season. Yeah, I mean, I like doing the ones I can do compilations on later, but I don't like doing the compilations immediately, which I kind of have to do if we're already halfway through the season and it's only been there a week. But no, I don't really feel a lot of pressure to do things I'm expected to do. I've kind of set up that the ones I'm expected to do are because I like doing those types of videos. I don't know what Grab America is referring to, the Rings of Power, the Seagal. They're both pretty bad. Although I will say, like I said before, the next video is almost entirely in a strip club, because that's Seagal for you. Joshua Scott, Space Ice, why can't I stop saying everything in my head in your voice, and why is this glorious? You're very welcome, Joshua. I'll take that as a thank you. You've gotten way more awesome. It's the mullet. That's why it's glorious, the mullet. Even before you guys saw the mullet, you could hear it. You could feel it. It's like they say people can hear it when you're smiling and talking to them. When you have a mullet, they can hear it and feel it. Thank you for the question, Joshua. I think he actually donates a lot. So he's a good guy. Okay, not Banksy. In the future, will Rob Schneider's chi be put into a robot, thus making him Robo Schmeider? There's a lot there. So as we learned from Seagal, chi can be used to heal and it can be used to kill people. The Robo Schmeider, so one of the... I don't know why this made me laugh when I did it, but the member, I have like a special poll I put up for the members, so their questions definitely get answered. They don't get lost like a lot of the other ones do. And a lot of stupid variations of Robert Schneider, and Robo Schmeider was one, and it made me laugh a lot more than it should. That's where the Robo Schmeider came from. And we'll go, yeah, there will be a Robo Schmeider robot. We're working on it. We got Elon in on it. That's the whole reason he started that one thing with the brain chips. It was to make a Robo Schmeider. Yeah. Timothy, was the Big Bang caused by a JCVD jumping spin kick? I believe I answered this last time. Yes, yeah, basically. I mean, there's another element to it. But yeah, there was. Oh. Every Seagal movie ever made is greater than Rings of Power by Grab America by the Pooh C. I guess I'll just read your name every time because people seem to like it. Is it though? Is it? So my thing with Rings of Power is I don't know a lot about Lord of the Rings, so it doesn't bother me on the same level it seems to bother a lot of other people. I thought it was not great writing, but it didn't make me mad like it does to a lot of people. I would say it's below average because I don't know all the things they're doing wrong. Cave Gentleman, I've never made it to the ends of Gods of Egypt and stayed awake. I often watch Conan the Barbarian due to the great music and lack of startling gunfire. What's your go-to watch for sleep time? What a weird question, and what a weird way to form the question with Gods of Egypt. I could fall asleep to... Lots of these questions coming in now. You have not seen what I have seen by Grab America by the Pussy. So you can fall asleep to Conan the Barbarian? How can you sleep? That's an amazing movie. I would sleep to a terrible movie. Let's see, what's a movie I've tried to watch a bunch of times and I can't. Definitely not a Seagal movie because that'll make me too pissed off to sleep. There's one. There's a good one. Actually, the Seagal one, The Patriot, because it takes forever to get going. That's a good one if you want to fall asleep. You guys owe me a lot for The Patriot. That movie, it's not even as stupid as a lot of his other movies. It is so boring. Nothing happens in that damn movie. My God, Uwe Boll's pretty good for making really boring movies. I mean, they're bad, but they're terrible because they are boring. They are so bad. So yeah, any of those ones that I want to be bad, but it just takes forever to get going that I try and watch and spit out for you guys. Uwe Boll's pretty bad on that. I haven't done one of his in a while just because they're so boring. At least Seagal gets interrupted by the stupidity that you just have to laugh at. And Postal, I think that's supposed to be a comedy. I know he's in it, which bothers me. He's a terrible actor and he's very distracting. Mimsy. Oh, Mimsy's a regular. Him and Bruce Willis seem to have a lot of questions. What are your thoughts on JCVD's unreleased masterpiece, Full Love? It's 16 years in the making. For people that don't know, I think Full Love, I think that's had a bunch of different names. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing with it. He changed, I think it was called Frenchie at some point. He keeps like changing and adding to it. It's been finished forever, but he just won't release it. If you're out there, Van Damme, please let me see it. Please, somebody get this back to Van Damme. Please let me see this. I've been dying to see this movie for the longest time. So my thoughts are, please let me see it. Thank you for the question, Mimsy. And Van Damme, I know you watch. I know the restraining order was just you having fun. Please let me watch it. Mike Concho, are you a SAG voiceover artist? If not, why the Rob Schneider not? Negative. I am not. If they want to pay me to do voiceover, I will do it. But I don't think anyone can afford me. So, but if they want to pay, I will do it. Space Chief 2000. What would make a better movie? Neil Breen in The Matrix 5. Oh, God. Or Rob Schneider in Nation Treasure 3, Stealing the Moon. I think it's supposed to be National Treasure. So, if you're saying Rob Schneider's replacing Nicolas Cage, then you can go to hell, sir. Neil Breen in The Matrix 5. Wow, that's two. That is two perils of shit that should not be mixed. Matrix 4, if you guys didn't see it, was just... Somehow it made the third one look amazing. The 4 was just so bad. They had like a fight scene with all the people who are like in their 60s now, and it's like they didn't go the Seagal route of using body doubles, and it's just a bunch of old people that can barely move trying to fight. It was embarrassing. But National Treasure is at least it's a good franchise. Rob Schneider's a little better than Breen, so I guess National Treasure, although I'm pissed that there's no Nicolas Cage. But at least it's not two piles of shit, it's just one. Thank you for the question, Space Chief. Ladloss71. Mr. Ice, my truck just took a giant Rob Schneider and needs to be fixed. But fixing it will take away for my trip to Thailand to bust out some sick moves with JCVD. Tell my girlfriend I need this trip. You're aware that she will not be your girlfriend after the trip, though. I don't know if you've seen the Thailand scene. None of those guys kept their girlfriend after that. So, yeah, he needs the trip. Give Van Damme another girlfriend. Thank you. Cave Gentleman spent $1K on Conan Sword recreation. The sound of the music relaxes me. It does have some good music. It does. Conan the Barbarian has some of the best music. I will give you that. JCVD doesn't steal girlfriends. You give him your girlfriend. He doesn't have to steal. Come on, dude. How could you say that, Kanyo? But yeah, let him experience Van Damme stealing his woman at least once. Cave Gentleman. Oh, okay. You got lots of questions. Dear Space Ice, how are you? Not good. I am fine. In the movie The Terminator, O.J. Simpson of murder fame auditioned for the role of the Terminator, but was turned down for the role of the Terminator. Thank you for that. Yeah, we got that. Because producers of the Terminator said nobody would buy O.J. as a murderer. Were you aware of this, or have you ever had a broken leg? So I've heard that, but it's not true. Apparently they were, I know, right? How do I know this? Just because I just know things. I guess they were just mentioning people, and somebody mentioned his name once, but that was as far as that went. I don't think he ever auditioned, and he had no chance of actually getting it. Sorry to shit on your story, but yeah, it didn't happen. And no, I've never actually broken a bone. Yeah, right? It's like Bruce Willis in Unbreakable. I think I'm basically him. So I can drown in a puddle in a terrible movie. Kevin the Trucker. How about a month of Rob Schneider's bad movies? No. or as Rob Schneider would call it, his greatest flicks ever? No. Rob Schneider, no. I try not to do comedies. One of my things, I think I say that quite often. I try not to do comedies because turning a comedy into a comedy makes very little sense. I could probably make the jokes better, but I'm just making jokes that are a little bit better than the movie already has, so it seems pointless. So, but thanks for the question. And oh my God, doing Rob Schneider jokes. Ugh. At one point, I was gonna try to do Big Stan. That's a popular request, and I just couldn't. I didn't get very far, and I was like, no, I ain't doing this. One of the very few times I've done that. Aspen, can a Cheeto truly die? That's a good question. I've been getting that a lot ever since the little Mandarin speaking girl described Seagal that way. And I believe it was William Wallace says, every Cheeto dies, but not every Cheeto really lives. So, and that was Mel Gibson. I think he knows what he's talking about. Muhammad Rivaz, Iceman, can you teach me how to be cool? Good question. I can. It's not going to work for you. Develop an annoying voice and grow a mullet. So if you can do that, then you'll be awesome. But I don't think you can pull it off. Sorry, Muhammad. I have just no expectations from you. Zibaz, dear Mr. Space Ice, sir. Besides John Woo's masterpieces, Face Off and Hard Target, hell yeah. What is your favorite Hong Kong movie from him? Hard Boiled or The Killer? Or even better, A Better Tomorrow or Bullet in the Head? I gotta go Hard Boiled. That's the baby one, right? Chow Yun Fat carrying the baby around. Gotta go with that one. So I'll get to the chat questions that are just normal chat questions. But first I get to the ones that are in the community post I put up. Then I always interrupt everything for the people that pay because, like I said, you guys are awesomer. But then I get to the just basic chat ones. So these have been pre-asked. Socks. I was on vacation and both Bloodsport and Double Impact featured on HBO. What do I thank for this blessing that made my vacation absolutely awesome? I think you just want an excuse for me to say Van Damme, because who else would you thank for Double Impact, Bloodsport? That's 3 Van Dammes. Thank you, Van Damme, for all you've given to the world, and please let me see true love or Frenchie, whatever you're calling it. Please, please, grab America by the pussy, Seagal in Roadhouse, or Patrick Swayze as Conan. Oh, man. I would go, I assume you mean in their primes? Because Patrick Swayze as Conan right now would just be sad. It would just depress people. But if you're talking about their primes, I'd rather see Patrick Swayze. Oh, by a lot. I think, because then you have an awesome guy, awesome movie. Seagal is a terrible guy, awesome movie because of Patrick Swayze. Obviously, Van Damme could have made it awesome. Nicolas Cage could have made it awesome. But Swayze did make it awesome. Seagal would have ruined it. Let's be honest. What's your favorite movie and your most hated? So we got Time Cop is the easy answer for favorite movie. Now, the most hated it's rotating. It's whatever Seagal movie I'm doing at the moment. So right now, it's True Justice, Dark Vengeance by a lot. Although I will say for him, the fact that most of it takes place in a strip club, it helps him because you see him less and you see the strip club more. So, but you still see a lot of Seagal. Seagal's, obviously all the chicks want him in there. They offer him free dances because that's what strippers do. God, I hate Seagal so much. Hey, Nikia, how am I supposed to stick with a single option here? So if you're referencing the poll, it's always Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider's always the one. So yeah, just Rob Schneider will be the answer. Unless there's a Van Damme or Nicolas Cage or something. But there rarely is. It's usually Rob Schneider. Robin Johnson, have you considered that you could be responsible for creating a Rob Schneider renaissance? I don't think that's possible. I think he's been a solid D-list celebrity his whole career, and he's just kind of stayed pretty low. No highs, no bottoms, just kind of low. So I don't think so. Thank you for the question, but no, I think he's still the way he's always been. Is that one I missed? No. Okay. BW, my question. Would you consider Seagal movie archaeology? Sounds terrible, so probably not. Like a game where you try to figure out what the plot of a film was meant to be, as contrasted with what comes pooping, spelled weird, out of Steamroller Productions. For instance, well known is that Attack Force was meant to be about aliens, I think, infecting Paris's water supply. So, Seagal, oh man, I can usually tell what his movies are supposed to be about. That's not really that difficult. The problem is he has a lot of basic ideas for movies, but then he can't do anything with those ideas, so he just throws them in. It's like, okay, well, here's 5 ideas for movies. Let's just throw them out there, do nothing with them, hit 90 minutes, and go home. That's what they are. So I can usually pick out what the movies are supposed to be that he was not able to flesh out because he's just terrible at everything he does. But I could try that. I assume you mean like make a video on it, or you mean like make a board game? Some of these questions aren't clear what people are asking, and that's partly on me, because I let you guys get away with it. I should be stricter. So let me know if you mean an actual game or if you mean videos, because I can do either. I could create a board game like that. That would be fun. Show people, okay, they have to watch the movie, so never mind. That would not be fun. That would be awful. So no, I will not do that. Gamescape. First video of yours I saw was a Seagal movie where he kept changing license plates. Urban Justice. That was funny as hell. But how many times do you watch these movies to notice shit like that? So typically the way I watch movies, I only have to watch it once before I'll do a video on it. While creating the video, however, I see pretty much everything. So I go through all the scenes, so I'm usually going frame by frame. So I only watch it once, but I do go through every frame. So I've seen every frame of the movies, sometimes many times. That's one of the reasons it takes so long for me to make these videos. So I don't usually miss things like that. And the license plate thing, yeah, that was just really weird. I don't know why they kept changing the plates. I think they had some stock footage that they were using, and they just throwing it in places that made no sense. He tends to do that. But thank you. I thought the license plate thing was a good running gag. It came up a lot. Nate Halstead, get ready for the ultimate summer showdown. Jean-Claude Van Damme versus Steven Seagal in Hard Boiled, where eggs aren't the only thing getting cracked. Well, that's weird. I would love to see a Van Damme Seagal movie. Oh man, I guarantee you Seagal would like leave all pissed off on the first day, and they'd have to build a movie around it. I would still love to see that. G Sentinel. Is Steven Seagal so terrible, syphilis refuses to infest his body? Antel will refuse to take his soul. Follow up, what will you do if the ghost of Seagal haunts you? Very good question, G Sentinel, very good question. So actually, you have it backwards. Seagal would infect syphilis and probably kill it. So that's the one way to treat syphilis is with Seagal, but you'd rather have syphilis, trust me. And if the ghost of Seagal haunts me, good. I want to ask him about his movies. I talk about this a lot. I want to ask him the plots of these movies. Where were you going? What the hell were you thinking? Do you think people are stupid? Do you think anybody believes these women are actually into you? Do you realize how we're all laughing at you? I have questions. I want him to haunt me. 777 guy, new Seagal movie. He goes to the gym. Yeah, that's coming out. Okay. M Culture. Not sure if you answered it before. I probably have if someone's asking it. But if you could only recommend only one JCVD movie, what would it be? Time Cop. I get that multiple times a stream. That's fine. It's fine. Thomas Bohm. Can you explain and review the film Memento? I can. Do people not get Memento? I don't think it's that complicated once you kind of figure out what's going on. I mean, if you see it a second time, you should have it pretty much figured out. It just scenes are in reverse order. But yeah, if people want, I can do that. Do people want me to do Memento? People didn't seem to care about the Tenet movie I made, and I thought that was a good video. But I can do it. Memento's a great movie. Okay, let me see where I get. Anyone want Memento? No one? Okay, I'll take this as nobody really wants a Memento video. But this is a great movie. Michael Mitchell. Who better, foreign diplomat Seagal or Dennis Rodman? I mean, Rodman does all that work with North Korea. And you don't really hear about North Korea so much anymore. Russia seems to always be causing trouble. So Rodman, he solved that whole North Korea thing, right? Has anyone heard about North Korea in a long time? Mentos the Fresh Maker. You got it, Timothy. That's what they're referring to. Ben Gistin. Who is the least funny actor? Rob Schneider, Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Uwe Boltz, Kevin James, or Kevin Hart? I like how there's 2 Kevin James here. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and making the world more awesome for us, especially in boring Germany. Oh man, I feel like if you're from Germany, you want Uwe Boltz. I like how you made it Boltz and not Bull. I'm going to call him Uwe Boltz from now on. I like that. It's like half Uwe Bolt, or Uwe Boll, half, was it Usain Bolt? That would be a terrifying filmmaker. We'll go Adam Sandler. He seems to make the most, and as an adult, none of his things are funny. They were funny when I was a kid. When Adam Sandler came out and I was a kid, oh yeah, that was funny stuff. But he does literally the exact same thing in all his movies, the same jokes, the same humor, and it's never been funny. Not for adults anyway. So I'm going to go Adam Sandler. Although Uwe Boll says he doesn't really do much acting. But still, he's caused a lot less pain than Adam Sandler. Kevin Hart, I haven't really seen much Kevin Hart. I don't know if he's really bad or if he's just been overdone. Like, he was just too many places all at once. So I think that's just more of backlash from that, just because too many things. He was just suddenly in everything. Kevin Hart was everywhere. But I don't think he's all that bad. Thank you for the question. Do a PCU review. Jeremy Piven versus a bunch of hippies. That would be weird, but sure, why not? Yeah, some people have figured out if they pay, then they can do this movie, and I'll read it. Smart. Ben Bobby. Which crazy movie do you think is crazier? Nicolas Cage in Prisoners of the Ghostland or Jason Statham in Crank 2 High Voltage? I saw both of your videos on these and was curious. I'm going to go Crank 2. I'm pretty sure Prisoners of the Ghostland, it's supposed to be some like allegory of limbo or something to do with that. So it actually kind of makes sense when you figure that out. Crank 2 is let's just go insane. Let's just go as crazy as we can. It was great. I love Crank 2. I'd love to redo the Crank ones in the current format, but like I've said a couple times, YouTube makes it really hard to do movies like that without getting age restricted, which makes it almost like a waste of a week worth of work to make those videos, so I try and avoid those. But I do love Crank 2, and I like Prison of the Ghostland. Man, yeah, Nicolas Cage, they tell him he's got a certain amount of time to go save a girl, and they give him a card. He says, fuck that, and he goes and climbs on like a little girl's bike and starts riding the bike out there. That is so badass. God, I love Nicolas Cage. Muhammad Rivas, again, Iceman, do you bleed? I feel like this guy asks the same thing every time. Every time. You need to tell me next time. Are you going for like a Predator thing? Like, don't have time to bleed? Is this a Batman versus Superman thing? Either way, no, I don't bleed. But this is like the 3rd time you've asked this question. You just not watch you ask the questions, but then don't watch the stream, so you just keep asking it? Are you here, Muhammad Rivaz? Guess not. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce this name. Jusuk? Space Ice, who do you think is more handsome? Clint Howard or Steven Seagal? Oh, come on. You just want me to say the Clint Howard. We all know Clint Howard's better looking than Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal makes you want to vomit. Especially when they do those close-ups of his face. Oh. His skin is so greasy and his pores are massive. Oh my God. Okay, who are you? So don't ask any more questions. You just grossed me out on my own stream. Dustin Cross, is it supposed to burn this much? That means it's working, Justin, whatever your name is. Nobody cares what your name is. But yes, it's working. Just go with it. You start to enjoy it. Chad Wickerman. So is it confirmed? Watching Steven Seagal movies gives you syphilis. I feel like I just answered this one. You guys need to get together with your questions and figure it out before you ask him. But no, syphilis gives you Steven Seagal. And Ryan, is Mandarin crying mutually intelligible with Cantonese crying? Finally, a good question. So people who cry in Mandarin can only understand maybe 10 to 15% of Cantonese crying. So no, that's not really mutually intelligible. They can kind of get some words here and there, but no. Overall, no. Not at all. Thank you for the question, though. Not so big, Papa Craig. JCVD versus Bruce Lee, spin back kick. Does anyone survive or total global destruction? Bruce Lee doesn't survive, I'll tell you that, and that's about it. Everything else comes down to whatever Van Damme wants. Does he want total global destruction? Then if so, yes, that's what happens. But yeah, Bruce Lee definitely doesn't survive, everyone else does. Forget 1987. Is it licensing stuff? Okay, we're really at the bottom of the barrel with these questions. Is it licensing stuff? Can anybody help me out with what that means? Is what licensing stuff? No, it's not. It's not. You also stop asking questions. My God, is it licensing stuff? Lord Chaos, more Nick Cage. Fuck yeah, more Nick Cage. Thank you. That helps from that last question. That put me in a better mood. Matt MacD. How can it be any but Rob Schneider? It's not. It's Rob Schneider. It's Rob Schneider. This guy knows about the polls. It's Rob Schneider. Unemployed. Behavior. How many cookies must you eat to not love the fuck out of cookies so much? This is one of those proverbs. This is like a Confucius thing. How many cookies must one eat? To not love the... Well, I think you have it backwards. I don't think Seagal has a number. If you're asking about Seagal. If you're asking about a normal person, 3. Probably 3. For Seagal, yeah, we haven't hit that number yet, if that number exists. We'll go with... I'll go with 17. Because I like to give answers. One of my things is I hate not answering questions. I hate when people say, well, it depends, and they don't give you an answer. So I hate to say, those people are assholes. If you ask me a question, you'll get an answer. Frank Bander, do you know what would have made Seagal September funner and would have also not only gone good with syphilis, but stupid too? Strippers. That's true. It could have been Steven Seagal's September of stupid, syphilis, and strippers, but some people might want the strippers, and Seagal can't give people anything they want ever. So sorry, no strippers. Sorry, guys. You can get syphilis, but you can't get strippers. You get all the bad, none of the good. Deal with it. Space Ice. How do you sit through a whole Seagal movie without dying of cringe? Does your mullet absorb most of the cringe energy, or must you train? That's a very good question, Autistic Wolf. The trick is have multiple monitors, have some The Rock going, not the actor, the movie. Have some Bloodsport going. You have multiple monitors, make use of them. Don't just have Seagal. Have something you can look to the side. Oh, look at Van Damme. Look at that spin kick. Oh, look at Nicolas Cage. He's freaking the fuck out. Nice. Then you're right back into it. Once you do it for a while, if you guys decide to make a channel where you're just making fun of Seagal all the time, you'll learn. Or you'll die. Probably die. Okay, Area Justin 14. My question. You guys are gonna die. It's just, yeah. My question. The truth has been revealed that all Neil Breen movies are based on 100% factual events of his life. Which one would be the most and least surprising as far as there's no fucking way, that's insane, that really happened? I don't know if you've ever seen Neil Breen movies. They're pretty much all identical. It's hard to remember what happened in one and the other. I will go with, I believe it's Pass Through, where he's in the desert, and the lady throws a rock at his head, and it seems to actually piss him off and bother him. I believe that. I believe women have thrown rocks at Neil Breen. As far as what hasn't happened, well, it probably did happen. The part where he's the half cyborg, and the guy tries to play Russian roulette with the semi-automatic and it doesn't go off. Somehow he wins. Then the next time he pulls the trigger, there is a bullet in there. We'll go with those two things. Those just make me wonder, like, I would love to see Neil Breen just existing in society. I would love to see Neil Breen driving a car. Does he know how cars work? Does he know how gear shifts work? Can he change a tire? There's no way he can change a tire, right? Can he refuel his own car? I don't see how he can. He doesn't seem to understand how anything in the real world works. So yeah, basically anything Neil Breen does, I would love to see. I don't believe it could happen, except for getting hit in the head by a lady throwing a rock at him. I bet that happens a lot. Ulcers, pants, or canoe? God damn it, dudes. Pants or canoe? Canoe. Okay, canoe. We'll go with canoe. The question is pants or canoe. I'm going to go with canoe. I hope this is something I just don't understand. If not, you guys are just getting worse and worse. Blake Rackley. Which famous actor lost the most credibility for starring in a Seagal movie? Michael Caine, Brian Cox, etc. Okay, that's a good question. I mean, we just had the guy from Shawshank Redemption. He was never super famous, but people recognize him. Michael Caine got a lot more famous later. I feel like he had a downturn there till Christopher Nolan came and saved his career. Brian Cox got, I think that recently, right, with the, what was it, Succession, I think got him a lot more credibility. I mean, he was always kind of around. They were both kind of around. Let me think. There's got to be, I mean, Keith David was in, I might go Keith David. Although those were movies somehow made money before you all got on board and realized how stupid Seagal was. I was telling everybody since day one. Trying to think of some of his more recent movies. There really aren't people from the more recent movies. We'll go Keith David. I like Keith David. He's been in at least two. He was in the zombie one, Against the Dark. My video I didn't even mention. There was this whole side thing where the army was going to blow up the hospital. I was like, this just isn't going to fit in here. This makes no sense. Oh my God. Yeah, so the whole army was going to blow up the hospital, but nobody in the hospital knew. So they weren't like in a rush to get out. It really had nothing to do with anything. And then right as they get out, then they blow up the hospital. It's a total Seagal movie thing. This whole thing that nobody even knew was happening was apparently happening the whole time. It had nothing to do with anything. So, yeah, we'll go Keith David, because he was in two of them. Which is better, Face Off or Ghost Rider? Good question. I like it. I'm going to go Face Off. I like Ghost Rider a lot, but I don't think it can match Face Off. You got John Woo and Nicolas Cage. And you have John Travolta trying to do Nicolas Cage. So, yeah, I got to go Face Off. Michael Mitchell. What director would be best to remake Bloodsport? If they're not having Van Damme, it doesn't matter. If they do have Van Damme, I'm going to go John Woo. I don't know if he's still making movies. He should be. I'm going to go John Woo. Definitely John Woo. The guy that does Hard Target, Face Off. Definitely John Woo. Unless we're cheating and going like, oh, Van Damme did, because he's directed movies before. But that feels lame. Nate Helsted. Has anyone else figured out how JCVD goes to his favorite Thai bar quicker than Han Solo navigates the Kessel Run? Have you seen any of my videos? I literally explain it in every single video. Can you watch one of the videos? They will tell you. It's different every time. It's not always the same. Sometimes he takes the elevator from, was it France or something? Somewhere in Europe, he takes the elevator there. I think Universal Soldier, he just got out and walked. Got out of the bus that was flipping. Come on, man. How can you call yourself a real Van Damme fan? You don't even watch the videos. Oh, here's the last pre-asked question. From Pedro La. Most out-of-place actor, Danny McBride in Alien Covenant or Steven Seagal in every single movie he ever shot? Ooh, I feel like Danny McBride, his character is just an out-of-place guy. So when he's out of place, he's actually in place. I have not seen Alien Covenant, but I imagine it's the same there. Steven Seagal, he should not be in movies. He should not be in anything. So Danny McBride wins this one. Whichever thing that means, Danny McBride wins. So you decide which one that is. All right, that's all the pre-asked questions. Now, Michael Grace. AI will one day be able to make entire movies on its own. How about another 50 years of Seagal films long after he's dead? Fuck you, Michael. How could you say that? I'll like the thing because you gave me money. But I'm not going to like the question. All right, now I can get just to the general chat questions. I'll try and pay attention to you guys. Oh, my God. Now, let's see what I randomly get. If you do pay, then I do bump you to the front of the line. One more. Watching Van Damme dance on loop from Bloodsport or one Seagal movie. I like how you put the dance from Bloodsport. Yeah, so this guy's seen the video. Obviously, come on, man. We all know the dance on loop over basically anything. What people don't realize is sometimes that dance scene is like 17, 36, 72 hours. So watching on a loop means probably dying from not sleeping. But it's totally worth it. Zeke, Space Ice, you are awesome. Thank you for doing these movies. Even though these movies are horrible, you make them extremely entertaining. Well done, sir. Thank you, Zeke. I agree. I'm pretty awesome. All right, so let's see what chat has. Space Ice, what is your favorite sequel? Let's see. Might be National Treasure 2. See, Van Damme doesn't really do sequels. I'm trying to think if he's done a sequel. No, he doesn't really do sequels. National Treasure 2 is good. I know they tried to make a TV show with National Treasure, but not Nicolas Cage, and I heard it was terrible, because obviously. But National Treasure, yeah. But to be fair, okay. Any questions? You guys have any questions? I'm sure you guys were asking questions the whole time I wasn't really reading chat questions. Now that I'm reading chat questions, you guys don't have them? Terminator 2? Great question. That's a very good question. Yes, sure. Terminator 2, yes. Oh, Chris White. Is this supposed to be what's my favorite? Universal Soldier does have sequels. Oh, boy. Good point, Timothy. God, The Return. I'm going to go with National Treasure 2 over The Return. Regeneration was actually a very good sequel to Universal Soldier. Oh, man. I'll go National Treasure 2. Van Damme's not in Regeneration all that much. National Treasure 2 is all Cage, so I'll go with National Treasure 2 still. But you're right. He was also in the last one. I forgot what it was called, but he's barely in it. It was one of those Bruce Willis during the end of his career where he's just there for a couple minutes. Good catch, though. Thank you. That was a question I was about to read. Oh, okay. So, Chris White, I'm assuming you're asking which is my favorite saying. Stick around. I let him go. Or Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero. I like the Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero, because it doesn't make sense. If anything, Plane Zero is higher than Sub-Zero. So it's like the opposite of what he's wanting to say. So I'll go with that one, because I like the nonsensical things. Thank you for the question. I'm assuming that was the question. Blake Nora, will you ever review Tropic Thunder? Probably not. It's a comedy, and it's already trying to be kind of ridiculous over the top anyway. So trying to make a ridiculous over the top movie, ridiculous and over the top, doesn't make a lot of sense. Joey Garza, come on, man. Trying to get me demonetized. I'm not going to tell you which drug to do. Jesus, people. Come on. Come on. Ooh, Space Ice. What's your favorite Nicolas Cage movie? Oh, man, that's... I think I go Con Air. I do have to go Con Air. Because that's when you realized, okay, Nicolas Cage isn't just, 6-movie wonder. He's really got something here. I think that was Con Air that did that. So Con Air just kind of turns people on to what Nicolas Cage is all about. Mullets, spin kicks, amazing Alabama accent. Fuck yeah. Con Air. I'm going to go, oh, God. I can't even talk about Con Air without wanting to go watch Con Air. Face Off is like right there, but Con Air just nudges it out. The Rock is really good. They have a lot of, Sean Connery's really good in The Rock. Ed Harris is really good in The Rock as the villain. Man. But Con Air is just all Cage. So while I do like those other actors, I like Cage more, and Con Air gives you more Cage. So I got to go with Cage over not Cage. Space Ice, who's the better method actor, Daniel Day-Lewis or Seagal? That's a tough one. Let's see, trying to think. Seagal is he's great at, yeah. Come on, guys. Real questions. Jason O. Killing me here. But it is Seagal. No, Seagal. It is Seagal. Trying to find a good question. Do you like Andy Samberg's Nick Cage impression? I've never heard it. That's the guy that used to be on SNL, right? The Lonely Island guy. I've never heard his Nick Cage impression. But I'm going to say no, because nobody should be impersonating Cage. Moonstruck with Cher. I don't know if you're asking me to do that or if I like it, but no. Weekend Update. Yeah, still doesn't help. That's on SNL. I don't know if that is he saying yes or no. Ooh. Who played a better Nicolas Cage? Cage or Travolta wearing Cage's face in Face Off? Ooh, that's a... Cage plays a pretty good Cage. Travolta, I will say, of all the Cages I've seen, that wasn't Cage. I think Travolta did the best. I think Cage as Travolta being... So Cage playing Travolta playing Cage, I think, was the best Cage in that entire movie. So thank you for that question. Oh, all right, Jay. I see a different flag there. I'll just assume it's a language thing. If Nicolas Cage played Steve Buscemi's character in Con Air, he would still be the hero of our movie. I think you mean Steve Buscemi, and I cannot find anything wrong with that sentence. That is true. He would be the hero. Steve Buscemi, the child murdering person that wore the girl's hat across like 5 states, would be the hero if it was Nicolas Cage. It's been a long time since I saw a Tony Jam movie. What happened to that guy? Who's Tony Jam? Can anybody help me with Tony Jam? I don't know who Tony Jam is. Somebody can tell me who that guy is. I'm sure I can answer the question. Nobody? Nobody knows Tony Jam? Nobody? He got busted for like some child crimes I don't want to get into. Yeah, we don't know. It was same Tony Jaa. Okay, yeah, same thing. Same answer. Same thing. Yeah, he was doing bad things with kids, so he's gone. So, yeah, let's not talk about him. Yeah. Nice try, Kool-Aid. Nice try. Nice. Not saying it. All right, one more good question, guys. I tried to do 90 minutes. We're at 97 minutes. So come on. One more really good question. More really good question. Cindy Hill. Oh, my God, what a terrible question, Cindy. You should be ashamed. But good job. That is a good question. Cindy's basically asking the chick from Blood Rain or any of the chicks from Seagal movies. And obviously, if you've been in a Seagal movie, you're disqualified. So I don't think the chick from Blood Rain has ever been in a Seagal movie. So yeah, I guess she wins. Although there's 2 chicks from Blood Rain. They switched actresses. Come on, good question, guys. Good question. Hopefully not about drugs or crimes. Seems to be what you guys are into. What are Seagal's favorite cookies? Oh, man. What are Seagal's favorite cookies? I think I've answered this before. Maybe it was ice cream. It was baby flavored. He likes little bits of babies in them. So we'll go with something else. Thank you for the question. But yeah, anything with baby sprinkles on them. Okay. Mark Summers. Here we go. It's gonna put me off on our rant here. Mark Summers asking Breaking Bad or Dexter. It's Breaking Bad. Dexter pisses me off. I don't know if you guys saw. Did you guys see the new one? Dexter, I think New Blood. I saw that. So Dexter started off amazing. First 4 seasons. Whenever Rita dies, it goes really far downhill and then just gets progressively stupider and stupider and stupider. Then New Blood comes out. The first 1 or 2 episodes, you're like, oh man, this is good. Wow, they got the thing back. It's good. But it's not. It fools you. It goes to shit really fast. And it's actually worse than the other ones. So I got burned by Dexter. Dexter, first 4 seasons is right on par with Breaking Bad. I don't think Breaking Bad ever really went to shit. It was always good. So definitely not Dexter. Dexter, I can't believe I fell for it. I wanted it to be good again, and it burned me again. That's why I'm not watching House of the Dragon. I liked Game of Thrones. I don't really like the fantasy stuff, but I actually got into Game of Thrones. And then you guys saw what happened with those last seasons. Yeah, they're not getting another chance with me. Sorry. Yeah, Dexter 1 to 4 are really good. Oh, there was something I saw. Questions about Seagal with hormone replacement. I don't need to answer that. It's a good question, though. You like WK, UK? Whitest kids you know? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, Spite, you asked, do you like, I'm hoping that's what you're saying, Whitest kids you know? That's actually hilarious if you guys haven't seen that. What was that guy's name? He died recently. He, like, fell off a ladder. It's like sketch comedy, but it's one of the funniest. If you guys can look it up. Yeah, Trevor Moore, that's right. Yeah, if you guys have seen that, Whitest Kids You Know is hilarious. It's been off the air for quite a while, but it was a really good sketch comedy. Check it out. The guys released some music that was actually really good and really funny. But then he fell off a ladder from like the second story and died within the last couple of years. Yeah. Sad. But hey, stuff's still out there and it's still funny. Does Seagal squint because he has bad vision, or is he really just stoned? He squints because he's confused. He doesn't know what to do, so he's squinting. He does like the old man thing when they're just like lost and they're just like, huh? That's what he does. When he shoots, kind of like that. He's confused and scared by the recoil and the bang. It all scares him. And they're shooting blanks. Why is he scared when he's shooting blanks? Oh my God. House of Cards, I didn't see the last season. They were good, but then I figured when they replaced the what's his face, there's no way it was going to be good. I think it started to get kind of dumb anyways in the later season, so I'm sure it just went completely to hell. Well, it was the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, but the 6th was like, you could see it was really starting to go. But it was still watchable. But yeah, 7 and 8 was just garbage. Just pisses me off just thinking about it. Anything else? Anything else? That Seagal versus Rachel Dratch. Who wins the gold medal? Who's Rachel Dratch? Somebody want to remind me who Rachel Dratch is? I think Neil fought a tiger. It was not a lion. It was a white tiger that was also a fairy lady. The dancer. No, wasn't she Ray something? Was that? Why did they call her Reagan? I thought she had like a Ray. Okay, yeah. I thought the Ray Gun lady is not who that is. Yeah, it was something that was like Ray Gun and they nicknamed her Ray Gun. I don't think it was Rachel Dratch, though. Rachel Dratch is from Saturday Night Live? Either way, it's not Seagal. So yeah, we'll go with Rachel Dratch, whoever that is. We can't seem to agree. Ryan, thank you. Have you seen The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Nicolas Cage? And how much did you love it? LOL, love your videos. Thank you. Wow, so many thank yous with this guy. I have. It was Pedro Pascal, right? And him and a whole bunch of shenanigans. Yeah, it was a great movie. Yeah, very, I've seen most of his movies. I've seen most of his later movies, too, that have actually been really good. If you guys haven't seen Pig is a really good movie. It took me a while before I actually sat down and watched it because I thought it was going to be boring because it's about a truffle forager and a pig that gets stolen, but oh, Longlegs. No, I need to see Longlegs. Oh my God. But yeah, if Pig doesn't touch you, then you don't have a soul and you're probably Steven Seagal. It is an incredible movie. All right, guys, for reals, last question. Next question will be last question. Yeah, her name was Gunn, something like that. I remember it's a lot closer to Ray Gunn than Rachel Dratch. Just has an R in it. Or Hammer 40K. I don't. I know that's supposed to be a show coming out with Cavill, but I don't know anything about the actual franchise other than that. Oh, wow. Jesus. Wow. 2 bangers. Lava. Steven Seagal versus Paul Blart. Who's winning this epic battle? Anyone who's seen any of the streams know it's never Seagal. Seagal just never wins because he's Seagal. Paul Blart, while terrible, is what Seagal wishes he could be. So Paul Blart dominates this epic battle, even with his blood sugar problems. JCVD, this is Nelson the Gentleman. JCVD in Hard Target versus God, who would win? Trick question, JCVD in Hard Target is God, but JCVD still wins against God. Even though he is God, he still wins. Nice try to trick me, but I got you, Nelson. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad it didn't crash this time. I think I tried explaining it before. The YouTube chat crashed first last time, and apparently everything crashed. You guys were getting multiple sounds, but the chat crashed, so I had no way to even know that. I was just talking along like, hey guys, and apparently it was sounding insane. Didn't happen this time. This is the first time I haven't had computer problems, so I'm trying to give it another few seconds, see if I can have a computer problem, but I guess not. I'm going to try to do these mostly on Mondays. I got a little behind last week, as you saw the video was out a day or two late. Yeah, it was a psychedelic experience, Chatty Fanny, absolutely. I'm going to try and do these on Mondays. I like to have it right in the middle, so there's always something coming from me. Just a few days is not, when I was doing it on the weekends, works out more people can go to them or watch the live stream, but then you get 2 back-to-back videos and then nothing for like a whole week. So I'm going to try to do Mondays. It's right in the middle, so we'll see what happens. Otherwise, thank you guys for joining me, and this has been the Space Ice Mega Blockbuster live stream, where he showed the world he's still better than all of you.